President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellency President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, the President of the Republic of Somalia, Your Excellency the Deputy President of Kenya, Your Excellency the Prime Minister of Egypt, Your Excellency the Prime Minister of Djibouti, Your Excellency the Minister of Defense of Ethiopia, Your Excellencies Ministers, Your Excellency the Executive Secretary of IGAD, Your Excellency the Special Representative of the United Nations, dear ambassadors representing the partners, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the African Union Commission, I would like to thank His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the government and the people of Uganda for the warm welcome and for convening this timely meeting on Somalia. Let me start by paying tribute to all troop contributing countries and for the sacrifice made for the sake of peace and stability in Somalia. I also praise the memory of our fallen soldiers and wish quick recovery to those who are wounded. Your Excellencies, the troop reconfiguration of ATMIS to AUSOM has been successfully conducted. The adoption of Resolution 2719, thanks to the African A3 members of the UN Security Council and the African Union Commission, is also a milestone event. However, there are still reluctances to implement Resolution 2719 to Somalia. It will take a collective effort to mobilize financial resources up to $190 million for the 2 phases of ATMIS AUSOM during the course of 2025. Your Excellencies, the gain of territories against the terrorist group Al-Shabaab have to be recognized, although some setbacks have been reported recently. However, it is paramount to consolidate those gains in making AUSOM fully operational. In the same vein, the federal government of Somalia should speed up the fourth generation process for more sustainable frontline positions of the Somali security forces. The Commission also urged the federal government of Somalia to pursue its political efforts in the state institution building processes. This will certainly include a greater inclusivity at the level of the National Consultation Council with the participation of all federal states. And we recognize here that His Excellency President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud has convened a meeting early May to invite all federal states to come and start dialogue with him and with the federal government. We congratulate President Hassan Sheikh for that. Your Excellency, Somalia has been at the top of the African Union peace agenda close to 20 years now. Despite the financial challenges, the African Union will continue to support peace and stability in Somalia. We cannot afford losing the gains made so far and all the sacrifices made by our sons and daughters. The African Union Commission is engaging all partners, and in particular, our member countries of the African Union, to ease the constraints on the peace funds so that more resources be available to avoid any failure in the transition process from ATMIS to AUSOM. The Commission will request from troop contributing countries to convince other member countries of the African Union of the necessity to rely on domestic resources in these troubled times. Your Excellencies, let me conclude by reaffirming the full commitment of the African Union Commission to support the African Union Peace Mission in Somalia out of solidarity with the government and the people of Somalia. And finally, I would like to thank our partners who have been supporting the African Union mission from the very beginning: the United Nations, the European Union, the United States, and so many others. I thank you.